Hi and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk tires. More specifically, I want to talk Anakee Wild 50/50 tires. What do you really get? How well do they perform and all those things? But more specifically, what's the Interstate do to them? If you're familiar with my channel, you know I just got back from Arizona BDR. I live in South Texas, and the group that I was going with, we were all meeting in Bisbee, Arizona at Sterling Norton's place, and that's roughly 850 miles from here. So knowing that the Arizona BDR was known for sand, I wanted a little more aggressive off-road tire. Normally I run the Anakee Adventures, and I've been very happy with them. So I went ahead, I purchased these Anakee Wilds, mounted and balanced them myself, and was prepared to take off. So I wanted to see what 1,000 or 850 miles was going to do to them. I was a little worried I was going to get to the start and have already a half beaten up tire. Well, as luck would have it, I had a really good friend of mine that was headed to Phoenix the same day, same time that I was, and I was able to hitch a ride. So my tire test literally starts in Lordsburg, New Mexico. So the tires were brand new, and let me refer to my notes so we get this stuff straight. The front tire started with 10 30-seconds of rubber. The rear tire started with 13 30-seconds of rubber. And I do think that's important to understand those numbers. So I had 150 miles, we'll call it, maybe it's 130, but we'll call it 150 miles from Lordsburg to Bisbee, Arizona. When I got to Lordsburg, we unloaded my bike, returned to U-Haul trailer we had, parted ways with my buddy, and I took off, fully loaded for the Arizona BDR. So all my camping gear, all my stuff. I'm a Texan. In Texas, we run what we run on the interstate. So I set my cruise on 85 and off I went. First thing I noticed was, man, these things were sketchy on the interstate. I had 38-ish pounds, which I think is what they said on the tire somewhere. So I ran 38 pounds of air in the tires, and it was a little marbly, man. It kind of wiggled and danced at 85, and it was sketchy. Second thing I'll tell you is, buddy, they're loud. They're loud. I'm talking four-wheel drive Jeep mud tires headed down the interstate with no doors and windows and roof on. They're loud. So be prepared for that. So I knocked out my 150 miles. I got to Bisbee, met up all my buddies, and things were good. And then I decided, oh, let's check my tire wear. I lost 2 30-seconds of rubber in 150 miles. So now I'm down to 10 30-seconds of rubber on the rear. Seemed pretty aggressive to lose that much rubber fast. And again, they were sketchy. So keep that in mind. The next morning, we get up and head out a lot slower pace, leaving Bisbee. A guy on a KTM 390, another guy on a KTM 500. So I can't remember exactly, it's 30-ish miles from Bisbee to the start. Again, much slower pace. I'm talking 60, and I really didn't notice the bike being as sketchy as what I thought it was the day before. So we get to the start, take off on the dirt, and the first trip, I'll say Bisbee, or the start at the Coronado National Museum up to Sanita, just kind of dirt roads, nothing. So can't really say what the tire did for me or didn't do for me. The next leg from Sanita to Benson has one little rocky section, and I thought the tire performed pretty well. The sand section that I was really concerned about had been taken out, whatever reason. So didn't hit the sand section that some of you that rode this BDR years ago may have had. So we didn't hit that anymore. So got to Benson, and I'm pretty comfortable with the tires. Now we get day 2, and that's Benson to, where did I go? Just outside of Winkleman. There's a section, Winkleman to Globe, sorry. Winkleman to Globe. There's a section that parallels some railroad tracks, and it's pretty sandy, and the tires handled really well. So I was pleased with my choice of tires. The last portion of day 2 was Pioneer Pass. And again, I'm fully loaded on a GS, 150 pounds of camping gear, guessing. Pioneer Pass was dry, ruddy, and rocky. No problems whatsoever tire-wise. So real pleased with day 2. The third day, a little more rocky, little spots of sand, nothing big to talk about. And the tires, again, worked well. I was pleased. Day 4, man, we'll go from Young to Cameron. This day was a tire challenge. It was a bike challenge. It's a challenge. Super rocky, super dusty, ruddy. It was a challenge. And then you hit that black sand stuff. I don't know what that is, but miles of that. And the tires were really good. In that black cinder looking stuff that's like sand but deep, third gear, lean back, I'm doing 35 miles an hour, making it happen. The tires were really well. So it took us 4 days. We made it up to Cameron. It was late in the night. The Navajo Nation was closed. We decided to call it good there. I didn't have a desire to ride a interstate up just to see the Utah border, so we decided to head home-ish. So from there, that was about 750 miles on those tires. And from there, from Cameron, we went down to Flagstaff, got a hotel room, and from Flagstaff, we all parted ways, and I went to my father's house in Prescott, Arizona, which was like another 100-ish miles. So in Prescott, I found I had 8 30-seconds of rubber on the rear. Did not take a measurement on the front, and that's my bad. I do apologize for that. So I started with 13, I dropped to 11 at the start, and then I only lost 2 more 30 seconds when it came to Prescott. So I think that was pretty good. I lost a total of, we're going to call that 5 30 seconds of rubber from my 150 miles to the start of the BDR. That had been from Lordsburg down to Bisbee, and then another 150 from Cameron to Prescott. Pretty close. So I lost 5 30 seconds of rubber on that trip. So now I'm leaving Prescott, Arizona with 8 30 seconds of rubber on the rear, and I've got 1,100 miles to San Antonio. So again, I'm a Texan, run what you brung. I'm an iron butt guy. I set my cruise on 85 and off I went. So when I got home, I ended up with 7 30 seconds on the rear tire, and I ended up with 6 30 seconds on the front tire. So the entire trip, about 2,500 miles we'll call it, I lost 4 30 seconds on the front tire, and I lost 6 30 seconds on the rear tire. So as I sit right now, I still have some meat. I could still get some more off-road on these. I am not going to use these as my daily tires. They're loud, and most of my riding around here is up into the hill country, on the roads, on things like that. So I went back to my Anakee Adventure tire. That's my go-to tire. I know I get 12,000 miles out of those tires, 10 to 12, depending on what I'm doing. So it seemed clear to me that when the tire is new and the knobbies are the tallest, you lose rubber the quickest. So again, that first 150 miles I lost 2 30 seconds. The second 1,000 miles I only lost 1 30 second. So the shorter it gets, the tougher it gets, and the better off we are. So overall, I think they're working really well. I'm now not really afraid of doing 1,000 miles to get to the start of an off-road ride on these tires. I do like the option of trailing it to that point. It's not a trailer queen, that's not me, but if you've got a really aggressive off-road section you're going to ride, keep an eye on these tires, because the highway's going to eat them up. So just some data that I kept and I do keep. So yeah, I really hope that helps you. This is my little notebook that I keep. It keeps all my oil changes stuff and where and when, what I do. So I hope that helps you think about tires. They perform really good in the sand and off-road. No complaints at all there. Highway's hard on them. So hope you got something out of the video. Hope it's helpful in your tire choice. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell and keep an eye out for the next video. Thank you. Have a great day and be safe.